Alright, speech number 2. I've decided to talk about my time in the Air Force and why I'm thankful for it and what I really took away from it. How and why I joined the Air Force. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I was in high school. I thought maybe I wanted to do the medical field or do something in the medical field, but I wasn't really sure. I didn't have money to just go to college, and I didn't want to take out a ton of student loans on a maybe, especially if I had no insight on what the job actually entailed and what the life was like doing that. So one day, a recruiter came to my school, and I talked to him. I just went up and said, "Hey, what's this all about?" And he explained to me, you get on-the-job training, you get to travel, which is something I wanted to do. You get paid to do these things, and you get money for school while you're in and after you're out. You get the GI Bill after you're out, and there's tuition assistance and things like that while you're in. And I thought that sounds pretty perfect for me because I don't really know what I want to do, but I get a chance to see what it's all about. I get paid for it, I get to travel, and there's free training. So this sounds perfect. So I signed up for, the minimum was 4 years, and that's what I signed up for. The plan was to get in, get some training, see if I like it, kind of get my life straightened out, see what I want to do, get out, and then go to college with the GI Bill. And thankfully that's what I'm doing now. I'm not sure if I said that in my first video or not, but I'm using the GI Bill to go to college full time now, and I don't have to worry about student loans and things like that, which I'm so thankful for. But some of the significance of my time in the Air Force was, of course, the on-the-job training. I got hands-on experience with the field that I wanted to be in, or thought I wanted to be in, and it really solidified the idea of me being in the medical field. We on the outside, my job in the Air Force, you can't really do a lot. I was an EMT. That was about the highest qualification that I got while I was in, that I can use on the outside, and then the rest of it we could only do while we were in the Air Force, because as soon as you leave, you're technically not qualified to do it anymore. So that wasn't super fun about it, but I learned those skills and things like that, and I learned that I like doing that stuff. So that was super important to me. That's one of the greatest things I took away, and I'll always be thankful for that, because now I have a career path and I know what I want to do. Another thing that I'm really thankful for was the crash course in adulthood that I got. When I left, I was 18 years old. My parents never made me do chores or anything like that, so I didn't even know how to do the laundry when I left. I didn't know how to do the dishes. I didn't know how to pay bills. I didn't know any of that stuff. And the Air Force made me learn, but they didn't do it in a way that was crazy or anything. The Air Force really taught me to do these things, and to take pride in doing things like that. And it kind of sounds funny to take pride in doing the dishes or doing your laundry, but it sets a routine, and it helps you in other ways, because you can apply that to other things in your life, like being prideful in your work. That's one of the biggest things I took away. To be prideful in your work, and to always do the best job you can, no matter what the task is. Just do the best that you can. And I'll always be thankful for that I got that from the Air Force as well. Another significant thing that I got from the Air Force was the feeling of doing something bigger than yourself. And that's kind of a cliche that everyone uses when you're in the armed forces, that you're doing something bigger than yourself. But my specific job for a long time while I was in the Air Force was in the anesthesia department, like I said, I think in my first video. And what we did was we helped, for the majority of the time, we helped soldiers and airmen. We didn't have Marines or Navy personnel very often in our hospital, but we operated on those soldiers and airmen that had come back from deployment or that got hurt training and things like that, and really that's what doing something bigger than myself felt for me anyway, because we're helping these people that were out there, defending our freedom, or training to defend our freedom, and do something bigger than them, and we got to fix them or help them so that they could continue to do that, and that was amazing for me. The professionalism that I took away from it will always be something that I'm thankful for as well. They taught me to be professional. Just the uniform, the customs and courtesies, the yes sir, yes ma'am, things like that. I probably wouldn't have learned going just straight to college either. So I will always be thankful for those things, and that's some of the biggest reasons that I chose to talk about this as well. So that is a little bit about the time that I had in the Air Force. They sent me to training in San Antonio, and I didn't really know what was going to happen, but I got the crash course in adulthood and learned my trade, learned what I wanted to do in life, and I learned to be professional, to take pride in my work, and all of those things. And that's why I'm so thankful that I spent the time in the Air Force, and I'm so thankful that I get to do what I'm doing now, going to school, because I decided to join the Air Force, and really what they're doing to give back to me because I spent the time in the Air Force. So that's a little bit about my time in the Air Force and what I took from it, and really why I chose to talk about that for this speech. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.